Hey everyone, Derek here with a quick news update on ARMS. Nintendo Everything has a translated interview with the producer of ARMS, Kosuke Yabuki, and it's the first time we've been really able to get more information on what ARMS is all about and what the developers had planned. And we're not going to go over everything in this interview, mainly just the highlights, but definitely click the link in the description below in order to find out more about it. So when asked about how the development of ARMS came about, Yabuki responded that Nintendo is always coming up with various prototypes for games, and we were involved in that process where ideas go on to become new games. Out of these numerous prototypes, we chose one that would fit well alongside the Switch's launch, and it became the basis for ARMS. And interestingly, Famitsu asked about the basis for that gameplay concept, like was it inspired by boxing? And surprisingly, Yabuki says no. It is not based on boxing, it's actually based on normal fighting games, and he responds that there are many fighting games like Street Fighter or Super Smash Bros. Or even 3D fighters like Tekken where the game is always viewed side-on. Since the beginning of fighting games, the side view has been the mainstream, but he's always thought, why couldn't they do it a little differently? However, it can be difficult to gauge the depth in games where the camera is behind you, so he was absolutely convinced that it would not be suited for fighting games which require precise distance control. But the fact that your arms extend and that it takes a bit of time for them to impact makes it quite likely your attacks will succeed. His idea was to have the game's tactics revolve less around whether your attack will hit or not, and more around the timing and delay between your attacks connecting. So in pursuing a new kind of fighting game where the camera is behind you and your arms extend, ARMS was born. Famitsu even goes so far it's more like a shooting mechanic in the game than punches, and Yabuki basically agrees where he says they are punches, but there's an aspect of them that are similar to missiles where you're essentially aiming and looking for a chance to fire. He's also confirmed that there will be more characters available than just the 5 that were part of the demo, and each of the 5 are considered either a balance type, power type, or speed type. However, they will have more arm choices as well, so there's a lot of tactics involved based on who your opponent is and what kind of arms they choose. So there's going to be a lot of strategy in that aspect. He also stated that there will be more modes than just single player and online, but didn't go into what those modes will be. And when Famitsu said that it's difficult to explain this game using others as an example, Yabuki basically said that there are games like Virtual On and the Gundam Versus series that use this kind of camera, and some people have been reminded of those. So he actually admits that they spent a lot of time playing games like those, so there were probably influences from them in ARMS. Finally, he talks about the control scheme, and he said during the Switch's development we were wondering how we could hold the Joy-Con to play games. Even though it supports the standard grip, the Joy-Con fits in your palms nicely if you tilt them. I thought if we were to make a game that involves swinging the Joy-Con around, it should use that kind of grip. So we decided to combine the prototype that became the basis for ARMS with that grip style. And since the internal sensors are more accurate, you can control it with much lighter movement, so I don't think it'll be that tiring. Since there will probably be some people who aren't good at the physical controls, we made it possible to play using the buttons as well. They can use the buttons on the Joy-Con or the Pro Controller. It is also possible to play using just one Joy-Con, so you can share the fun and play with others. However, when asked if they can play with any problems using only just one Joy-Con, Yabuki responded that there wouldn't be any problems, however, the available actions might be a little limited. So you should use 2 Joy-Con when you're looking to get serious. That's how they designed the game. And that's really interesting to me because the hardcore way to play, the way you want to play ARMS to get the most out of it, is with the motion controls, which is completely at odds with how it usually goes, where the button controls are usually the more accurate, the more hardcore way to play. And that does not seem to be the case in ARMS. It'll be interesting to see how it controls with just buttons, but they also made note that a lot of people when they first play it are so used to the Wii and how you needed over-exaggerated motions that people don't realize that you only need slight motions for the Joy-Con and ARMS. So pretty interesting stuff in here. ARMS is looking to be a very unique new IP from Nintendo. I'm actually kind of excited to see more of it, to see if it really can stand up as a new IP in the same way as Splatoon or Pikmin. So what do you guys think about these revelations about ARMS? Let us know in the comments, and of course stay tuned to Game Explained for more on ARMS and other things gaming too. Till next time, bye!